All right, this weekend it is UFC 328. It's the big one. Sean Strickland taking on Khamzat Chimaev. The build-up to this one has quite frankly been ridiculous. The anticipation for this fight is at an all-time high. Or are they even going to do a face-off? Because security risk. There's police following Khamzat wherever he goes. There's been death threats.
If you come up to me with three Chechens that don't speak English, I'm going to pull my gun and I'm going to each and every one of you.
People saying that they're going to get shot, this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, they are going to get let loose inside the octagon with 4-ounce gloves on, and when the dust settles, we may have a new champion, because Sean Strickland, let me tell you, is not intimidated one little bit. He's not bothered at the fact that Khamzat released a little bit of sparring footage. In fact, he says that shows weakness from Khamzat Chimaev and just shows what kind of man he is.
Oh, God. You know, it's funny. That's what led to me calling him out. Was it like, how long was the clip?
23 seconds.
But like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the guy's just a little rat, dude. One, I didn't even know we were filming, and those were our warm-up rounds. You're just a weak man.
Well, guess what? We're going to see what kind of men they both are inside the octagon. We know that Khamzat's undefeated. He's got ridiculous wrestling and power. He's got a very cool, mellow, calm vibe about him this week. In fact, he says that he loves Sean Strickland because he's getting paid an absolute fortune for this fight, and Sean Strickland's only making it bigger.
I love him.
You love him?
Yeah, they pay good for him. I never made that much money before.
Of course, this isn't pay-per-view, so the numbers are already pre-guaranteed. They're already agreed on in the contract, but Sean is definitely making this a bigger fight. Khamzat's making it a bigger fight. Khamzat's one of the biggest stars in the UFC, and I'm going to give you my breakdown and my prediction to all of that. But first of all, let's get started on the main card. Of course, we've got the return of King Green taking on Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy Stephens, an extremely violent man. Of course, Jeremy, the little heathen.
This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't move. Who the is that guy?
Long career in the UFC, came back to the UFC, fought Mason Jones in Des Moines, Iowa. I was there. It didn't go his way, but let me tell you, it was a very, very entertaining fight. Now, King Green, as we know, another guy that's been around forever. He's getting older. He's almost 40. He's quick, he's slick, but he is 39. Has he still got it? Are the reflexes still there? The style won't change. He will talk shit. The hands will be low. He'll be slipping and ripping, moving his head all over the shot, trying to pot shot him, talking shit the entire time. And I think King Green will get the job done. However, Jeremy Stephens, one punch is all it takes. But still, I'm going with the King. How could I go against the King? My God, they'll take my goddamn head off. Anyway, moving on. This is a very, very interesting matchup. Sean Brady taking on Joaquin Buckley. We know Joaquin Buckley, very explosive. He does have good wrestling, but it's mainly on the feet where he is a real big problem. On the flip side, Sean Brady, as we know, if the man gets you down, you're in a lot of trouble, okay? Last time we saw Joaquin Buckley, it was against Kamaru Usman. That was a while ago. That was in 2025, June. That went down in Atlanta, Georgia. He was taken down pretty much by Kamaru Usman. I'm simplifying the fight, but that's essentially what happened. Will Sean Brady be able to do the same thing? Of course, he lost his last one. He got sparred by Michael Morales. Before that, tapped out the former champion Leon Edwards. Sean Brady's going to look to take him down. Joaquin Buckley is a shorter guy. He is very strong. He is very explosive. If it hits the ground, he's in a lot of trouble. Sean Brady's jiu-jitsu game is ridiculous, but he did get stopped last time. It was against Michael Morales, and there will be some psychological trauma from that one because that happened in the very first round. I love Sean Brady. I've got to go with Joaquin Buckley, okay? The man is confident. He always goes forward. He swings for the fences. He can jump in the air and do spinning 360, whatever kick you want to call it. It was like something out of the Matrix when he had that crazy knockout that time. And I think this time it'll probably catch Sean Brady. However, if Sean Brady does get him down to the ground, bet your bottom dollar it'll be a submission victory. Now, moving on to the heavyweight division, Alexander Volkov taking on the knockout king, Waldo Cortes-Acosta, the fighting pirate. Now, of course, Volkov been around for a long time, fought some of the best out there. Last time beat Jailton Almeida, who, of course, is no longer with the UFC because all he would do is tear people down, stifle them on the ground. And it was just not an entertaining style. Volkov, as I say, he's been in there with some of the best.
I gotta look good for you, baby.
He's been in there with Tom Aspinall and he lost to him, but he did beat Sergey Pavlovich, okay? A man that is a knockout artist. But when he beat Sergey, that was after he'd been knocked out by Tom Aspinall. So I don't think he was dealing with the same beast. He beat Tai Tuivasa, Alexander Romanov, Jairzinho Rosenstruck. Did lose to Cyril Gane. Highly contentious. Even Dana White thought that he didn't beat him. The question is, will he beat Waldo Cortes-Acosta? I say no. Let's just get right to it. Waldo is flying right now. He's on a 3-fight win streak. The man's fighting every other week and he's knocking people out left, right and centre. Last time in UFC 324, knocked out the knockout king, Derek Lewis. Before that, knocked out Shamil Gaziev. Remember that fight that just happened like a week ago in Australia, Perth? Shamil Gaziev took so many punches of his opponent, Brando Pericic. He went down eventually, but he took a lot of shots. Waldo Cortes-Acosta dropped him, right? And it was over quick in the first round. Just like when he took out Ante D'Elia after getting poked in the eye, comes back, sparks him, right? The man is a knockout king. He's only getting better. He's getting quicker as well. He's growing in confidence. He's talking shit about Tom Aspinall. He's talking shit about everyone.
Espina, you see the fight, no? I go for you.
He's going to have an eye patch on in the interview.
Waldo Cortes-Acosta!
Because he is the fighting pirate and he is going to be victorious at UFC 328. And if you want to get in on the action, then guess what? Right now, I have partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, and new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The crown is yours. Now remember, when you sign up, use the promo code Bisping, but you can stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. If you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player prop and in progress games or fights right as they happen. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, then don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot to win cash prizes. Now, if you want to get in on the action, remember to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. New customers, use the promo code Bisping. Bet $5 and get $100 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Now, we move on to the little guys, to the flyweight division. The belt is on the line. Joshua Van, the man that won by default, shall we say, when Alejandro Pantoja posted on the arm, snapped his elbow or his shoulder or whatever the bloody hell you want to call it. The man has got beautiful boxing. He has a tremendous team at 4 Ounce Fight Club in Texas. He's got 16 wins overall, 8 by knockout, 2 by submission, 2 losses, and he is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak before he got sparked by Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson caught him. He was doing well in that fight. 1 shot is all it takes. Remember, Charles Johnson also knocked out Loney Kavanaugh. Charles Johnson is that guy. Sometimes he'll get you, other times he'll shit the bed. He's very inconsistent, but if he gets it together, Charles Johnson could be a real problem in this division. But still, who cares about that? We're talking about the flyweight title, and he's taking on Tatsuro Taira, right? Tatsuro Taira, this man can do it all. He's polished. He has got tremendous jiu-jitsu. He's got a tremendously high fight IQ. This man is only 26 years old, and the boxing is clean as well. Of course, he did lose that 1 fight to Brandon Royval because he slowed down. It was a 5-round affair. Started off doing pretty well, but then Brandon Royval came back in, showed the experience, showed the young kid that, hey, going 5 rounds, you got to pace yourself a little bit. Of course, he came back and he stopped Brandon Moreno in the 2nd round, took him down, mounted him, pounded him out until he got the stoppage. Before that, Park Hyung-sung, another good win, but it was a rebound victory. He was finding his mojo. This man, Tatsuro Taira, is going to have a tremendous career. If he gets the win here over Joshua Van, the UFC are going to Japan, and I better be calling that fight because I fly all over the bloody world, here, there, and everywhere, but I've never been to Japan. So I'm just saying, put me on the card, please. Let me be the commentator. Anyway, listen, this fight is all going to be about, I think, can Taira get it down to the ground? If he can get Joshua Van down to the ground, there's going to be some real issues for Joshua Van. Not saying he doesn't have good jiu-jitsu, not saying he can't get back to his feet or anything like that. It's just that Tatsuro Taira That is where this man is truly elite. But on the feet, he picks his shots really well. He's got excellent timing. He's got less miles on the clock as well. But Joshua Van's got great footwork, good power in the hands at flyweight as well. So this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. I got to lean towards Tatsuro Taira. I thought that this guy was going to be the champion ever since I saw him. You would think that I'd lean towards Joshua Van. I've got more of a relationship with Joshua Van. May the best man win. I've got no skin in the game. I'm just telling you my honest thoughts. I think Tatsuro Taira has got more ways to skin the cat. I think on the feet, he's a viable threat and he could catch him. I think if he takes him down, there's a real chance of a submission. Joshua Van, of course, he's under a lot of pressure. It's his first title defense. And of course, all the people talking shit online saying, you don't really deserve to be a champion. Pantoja blew his arm out. Well, listen, he is the champion at the end of the day. And you got to respect the belt around that waist. And he's got that for a reason because he earned that opportunity in the first place. It's not his fault that Pantoja blew his arm out. Simple as that. But who wins the fight? I got to go with Tatsuro Taira. I think he's by far the more technical fighter. He's the more well-rounded guy. And I do think that when all the dust settles, he will be the champion. All right. Whew. Take a deep breath. Moving on to the big one, the main event. Sean Strickland taking on Khamzat Chimaev. Now, where do we start on this one? Now, people say, oh, he hasn't got cardio. He slowed down against Usman. He slowed down against Gilbert Burns. And he did take down Dricus du Plessis. And he did go 5 rounds. Going 5 rounds when you're stifling someone on the ground is not the same as fighting tooth and nail on the feet, trading blows, shooting takedowns, sprawling back and forth affair. It's just not. When you're controlling someone on the ground, and granted, he was looking for submissions, the pace is much slower. So that was a good controlled pace for Khamzat Chimaev. If Sean can stop the takedowns, which I don't think he will early, he will get taken down, but he will get back to his feet. Sean is very confident in his wrestling ability. He says that he trains with better wrestlers than Khamzat Chimaev. Johnny Eblen is one of his training partners who he pointed to at the press conference, right? Sean at the press conference, by the way, was talking all kinds of madness.
You know those like dogs that like, you can't trust, and when you talk to them, you're like, you could pet the dog and like the dog is nice occasionally, but you're like, maybe this dog's gonna bite me one day. That's kind of like Chimaev. Like he's this untrustworthy dog.
But he also made some very, very good points, and I find him very entertaining, okay? I was watching it yesterday, right? And he was, I won't say a breath of fresh air, because a lot of what he was saying was madness, but it was fun to see someone with some personality. And on the flip side, I thought Khamzat Chimaev, you couldn't argue with a lot of what he was saying either.
Some boys said they see him like running away from hotel fast after the media. The guy who said like he gonna shoot me, he gonna do this, that, and I don't know why he's still at other hotels.
He was cool, calm, collected. He's very confident in his abilities. He's very confident in the training that he's done. He truly believes he can walk through Sean Strickland. And if he beats Sean, then he's probably going to move up to light heavyweight because he only wants big things moving forward. He wants to fight Alex Pereira. He doesn't care if that's at heavyweight. He wants to be the 205-pound champion. He was talking about how he's cleared out the entire division at 185. What's he going to do? Beat Nazaruddin Imavov? Well, Strickland already beat him, so what's the point?
Well, I want to, for sure, one more fight. I'm going to roll one more weight class up.
Well, the point is that Khamzat hasn't beaten him, so we want to see that fight. But regardless, I digress. Who wins this fight? Will it stay on the feet? Will Khamzat take him down? More than likely. Will he hold him down? For a bit, he will, but every round starts on the feet. Now, all week, I have been saying, I think Khamzat beats him. I think Khamzat beats him, but the closer this fight gets, the more I watch Sean Strickland, the more that we know the cardio of this guy is ridiculous because he fights and spars all the time, and that's the best way to train. I've gone on about that for hours, so I won't go into it now. You've heard my points many times, but he spars all the time, right? That's going to get you in shape. He's a very tough guy. He's very strong. Even Dricus du Plessis said that Sean Strickland felt stronger than Khamzat.
He's a strong guy, a lot stronger than Khamzat on a physical level. He's really good. And I think he's going to surprise some people. If Strickland gets up 2 or 3 times in that first round, or the first 2, it's not going to get any easier.
So that's an interesting fact here. Although Robert Whittaker told me personally that the strength and the explosivity of Khamzat Chimaev is ridiculous, like something he'd never felt, okay? So beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder when it comes to that one, okay? It's all personal experiences right? Robert got taken down and had his teeth crushed in. Of course he's going to think that Khamzat's stronger. And he's never fought Sean Strickland anyway. So, to be fair, he doesn't know. The question is, can Khamzat hurt him on the feet? Of course. I think he's got more power. He's got more one-shot knockout ability. But this is a 5-round affair. And the longer the fight goes, the more Sean will start to favour and have more success. But the question is, can he maintain the resilience and the mental toughness throughout 5 rounds? Because we saw in the rematch against Dricus du Plessis, he started to doubt himself. And the longer the fight went, the less output that we had from Sean. And even Eric Nixick in the corner was starting to get on his case and give him some shit and say, listen, come on, wake up. What are you doing? We've trained so hard for this moment. And this is what you're going to do?
We got 10 minutes. You're going to have to start opening it up. You're doing the same shit as last fight. He's all predictable with it.
Of course, he came back, stopped Fluffy, looked ridiculous, looks like he's found his mojo again. And this is probably the last title fight that Sean Strickland will ever be in if he loses the fight. So I can argue it both ways. Brady, are you there? This is Brady Fink, my longtime jiu-jitsu coach, 3rd Dan degree black belt. Trained Sean Strickland, trained a lot of the guys in Southern California. Just real quick, lower your head here, Brady Fink. Who do you think wins between Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev?
I think Sean takes it in the 5th TKO.
Really?
Yeah, easy enough.
You know,
4th or the 5th.
Do you think 4th or 5th?
Yeah, it's a tough fight, but
okay,
just like everything you said, if he could bring it to the 4th or the 5th, that's where Sean's going to.
Okay, is Jason floating around here?
He is.
Jason Perillo.
Let me find him.
Get Jason Perillo because we need to know about this. He's got very good insights. He's trained Sean. He's sparred with him multiple times. Sean's a real dude, okay? He's not going to bow down. He's not going to roll over. He's not going to allow Khamzat to just simply have his way. Sean's jiu-jitsu is really, really good. I'm beating about the bush. I think Khamzat wins. I do. I could be wrong. I think Khamzat wins. That's my gut feeling. But it's one of those fights. It's really interesting and really intriguing. And Sean Strickland, I think, is the last hope for the middleweight division. Because if Sean can't beat him, nobody can beat him. And to be fair, he's moving off to greener pastures, bigger and better things, and he doesn't even want to stay at middleweight anyway. However, that's a good point. He started at 240 pounds in this training camp. 240 pounds, and he's got to get down to 185. So again, the longer the fight goes, that weight cut is going to be a real factor. Anyway, Jason Perillo, I don't know where he is. He's floating around somewhere, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I think Khamzat Chimaev gets the job done. Brady thinks that Sean gets a finish in the 4th or the 5th round by way of strikes. And you just never know. When you get tired, when the lungs are burning, when the arms are on fire, and then you start taking shots, that's when you see what a real man is made of. Can they dig deep? Can they be the hammer and the nail? Well, we're going to find out all of the answers this weekend at UFC 328. Take a deep breath. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and ring the bell. I'll be doing a reaction video, and I'm going to do a video tomorrow talking about all the other stuff. Of course, there's a press conference coming up. Are they going to even allow them to face off? Let the guys face off. They're going to fight in an octagon, getting toe-to-toe, face-to-face, nose-to-nose, as Sean says.
Dick to dick, nipple to nipple in that ring.
Let them get there. Let them get in each other's faces. Let them feel one another's energies. And I'll do a reaction on that. So keep an eye out for that one tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. One more time, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. I'm still here in Vegas coaching the Ultimate Fighter. But down to the last week, so I'll be out of it soon. I'll be back home. I'll be in the regular studio. But there is more videos coming this way this week. Big shout out to John Brannigan. He's my editor. He's going to make this video look fantastic. So cheers, John. And thanks again to you guys. Goodbye. Take care. Much love. Adios. Just stop the video.